And then let's slide across our bellies and release and get a nice kind of fresh rush of blood and oxygen to ankles, knees, and hips. Again, this kind of funky sensation of the hard ground beneath us. So enjoy it, kind of embrace that, and use the strength of your own body to press the ground away. Use it as a point of sort of added leverage today. So with your inhalation, elbows are snug to your sides. Let's rise to a cobra or a sphinx or an upward facing dog really carefully. As you exhale with just as much effort and control, come back down. Linger and kind of readjust hands and legs and feet. Okay, as you inhale again, begin to rise. Nice. As you exhale, come back down again. All right, last time up. As we inhale, rise. Oh yeah. And as you exhale, we come all the way back down again. Perfect. Let's curl our toes under from here and engage your belly. Think of keeping your spine really long. Inhale to a table, but kind of push-up style, strong through your arms and your legs. With our toes curled under, begin to round through your back body and take your hips to your heels to give a nice stretch through the soles of your feet. Maybe dig your fingers down and let the heels of your hands lift away. Move your chin side to side. Wiggle in again to those heels and soles of your feet. Belly is strong, shoulders are broad. With your inhale, slide back to your table. And we're gonna just do a couple little balancing core things. So we're gonna first take our right arm forward and then take our left foot back and just kind of linger here for a couple breaths. Stay broad through your hips and your shoulders. As you exhale, plant your palm and your knee back down, and then right away we're gonna shift to the other side, taking your left hand forward and your right foot back. And again, kind of thinking and integrating your shoulders and your hips into your body. One more breath. As you exhale, knee and palm come back down. As you inhale, re-extend, and maybe you get to the point where you can re-extend your leg and your arm at the same time. As you exhale, palm and knee come back down. And then now we've done it twice on each side. This third time, I'm gonna just let you flow through it as you like. So just be really aware of sort of evening out. Super good for your brain, for your core. And really nice kind of simple heating up with support. Okay, once we come all the way down into a table, now a little freedom flow for your spine. Cows and cats, whatever else your body needs or wants, do it. Hi Stan, good morning. Beautiful, everybody. Remember, those hips can wiggle, your head can roll. And then when you're ready, let's find our downward facing dog. So fingers in the earth, heels of hands are lifted almost. Peel your hips towards the sky. Nice. And as you pedal out your feet and shake your head a little side to side, doing whatever little movements and wiggles allow you to find what works for you and your body today. With your inhale, let's go ahead and take your left foot high. Point your toes first, and then flex your foot. And now really slowly roll your ankle in one direction, slowly, and then roll it in the other direction. And notice how it feels. Nice. Now bend your knee and stack your hip open towards the Hotel Del with your foot flexed. Notice what your arms are doing. Try to keep your shoulders still squared off towards the earth. Engage your belly to start. Take your knee across to your opposite elbow. and back to the sky. Now knee to your belly and to the sky, and knee to same elbow and to the sky. Let's lower down to table again. This time a wider knee stance. Forearms come down to the ground and hips to heels for a momentary child's pose. Go ahead and rock into that left hip a couple times, the one we just played with. Wiggle into your toes, and then surrender for a couple breaths, just sort of coming back to practicing noticing one breath at a time, just being in one breath at a time, without judgment or attachment. Let's reach our fingers forward, press through our toes, dive our heart through our hands, get long on the earth. As you exhale, root. As you inhale, rise to cobra, sphinx, or upward facing dog. And as you exhale, we'll make our way to down dog. That might be through a table, that might be rising through your plank, whatever you want to do. Dig your fingers into the earth, shake your head side to side. As we inhale, sliding your right foot into the sky. First begin with pointing your toes, and then flexing your foot, reaching through your heel. Now roll your ankle in one direction slowly, noticing the sensations rise up your legs, and then roll in the other direction slowly. Now bend your knee to stack your hip open towards doggy beach. Reconnect with your arms and shoulders. Belly strong as you exhale and take your knee across to opposite elbow, back to the sky. Exhale, knee to same elbow, back to the sky. Exhale, knee to belly this time, whichever side you didn't do. And then lower your foot to the ground. Look to your hands. We're going to make our way to a forward fold. Relax into the fold, cradle your arms, let your head hang heavily. Maybe chin rolls a little side to side. Maybe arms dangle, maybe they bind. Let's release our hands and approach our first half lifts to flat back. We'll do 3. So feet are active, knees are buoyant with your inhale. Press the ground away, hands slide up, shins, heart forward, exhale, forward fold. Of course, your hands can really be where they want. Number 2, inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Third time, using your breath. Exhale, forward fold when you're ready, and we reverse swan dive up to standing when you're ready. No rush. Palms come together, back to your wide angle back bend. Inhale, lift. Let's get a standing side body stretch. So let's take both palms together, intertwine them, and release that little nest to the sky. This gives us a nice stretch too for our wrists. First, bend your elbows and let your shoulders go where they live. Make sure your neck is not tight. Your stance, find what feels good. And then press your palms to the sky, keeping your shoulders integrated in your body. Begin to squeeze your inner thighs together, lower body strong. And very carefully, pressing into your right foot a little more, begin to reach your palms over towards the Hotel Del. Let's go ahead and look up a little bit to find some space in your neck. And I mean, not so much directly up, but maybe towards your right elbow or biceps. Okay, come back to the center when you're ready. Release those hands and let them slide down to the base of your spine as your chin drops towards your chest, and rebind them. So your hands are now behind your back body. Maybe those hands are connected really tightly or softly. Drive that fist down. Begin to press into the tops of your feet a little bit. Make sure you're using your thigh muscles. Chin towards your chest. And as you exhale, soften your grip of your feet and your hands. Let your arms slide out to the sides. Now re-engage as you lift and lengthen and come all the way up. Interweave your hands the opposite way. Turn those palms to the sky. Bend your elbows to make sure your shoulders and neck are where they live. And then engage your inner thighs. Press through the tops of your feet. Palms rise. Weight in your left foot as you ease on over to the right. Maybe look up. Soften through your neck and jaw. Oh yeah. inner thighs, those bellies are strong. Inhale back to the center. Release the bind. This time we're going to come right into a seated twist looking towards the Hotel Del. Perfect. Let's give our shoulder a little bit of love. Continuing to reach through the palm of that left hand. You guys are like in perfect alignment here. Slide your hand towards the ocean and up and around, and then pause. And then we're going to lift it up like there's a weight in it. Slide it forward and down and around. And as I always say, let's pretend that there's a heavy door here. Sit a little lower, using the strength of your legs and belly. Close the door. Check out the horizon. Roll your palms open. Sit a little lower. Let's think of somebody we'd like to lift up today. And as you inhale, send that intention out. As you exhale, wide angle back bend. Inhale, lift. Palms meet. Let's scissor open now to a seated twist towards doggy beach. Perfect. And in your seated twist, again, kind of linger and reach through the palm of your right hand. With your exhale, we'll slide it down by our hip towards the ocean and up and out and then stop. I like to almost think of a weight in my hand here. And now I'm lifted up and come forward and down and around and back. Now that heavy door, and as you exhale, close the door. Sit a little lower, and we're gonna fly our chair pose. Wiggle into your hips. Think about your spine kind of tractioning in two directions. Tailbone driving back, heart and crown of head drawing forward. Shoulders are still sliding down your back body. As you exhale, let's dive into the fold all the way. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Keep your left foot rooted. Step your right foot back to a low lunge. In your low lunge, knee can come down to the ground or stay lifted. So we have our left foot forward. Harper, if you want to switch your feet, if you don't mind. Thank you, dear. Just so we don't get confused. We'll make our way into a twist. So knee again can be on the ground or lifted as we look towards Mexico, although we can't see it today. Option to always wiggle around a little bit, meaning hand can reach high, can reach forward, knee can touch the earth or stay lifted. Nice. With your exhale, let's let both hands come down to frame our foot. Drop your knee down if it's not dropped already. Slide your hands by your hips and let's sweep up and let our hands follow. As you exhale, wide angle back bend. Let your hands now come all the way down to connect at the base of your spine. Drive your heart forward and your hands down. Let's keep our left hand behind us. Maybe even grab onto our booty. Sweep your right hand towards the ocean. First, enjoy that twist. Just reaching towards the ocean. Maybe even lunging a little more deeply in that knee. Now, reach as far as you can. And then we're going to lift our hand up and slide it back behind us. Meaning reaching kind of behind us and over towards the bridge even. Nice. All right. To come out of this, look towards the horizon. Take both hands high. As we exhale, take them down to meet the earth. Curl your toes under. Lift that knee away. Linger here for a moment and kind of maybe even come a little up and down through your hips just to give yourself some yummy stretching while we're in this space. Now we'll find a warrior one, so you're going to need to replant the sole of your foot if you haven't already and slide up. Let's let our hands find the warrior one. Maybe play with those hands a little, just like we do with our downward dog, and we roll our ankles, roll your wrists in each direction. Spread and flex and fists. And then with those arm, fingers and wrists nice and open, let's slide into a wide angle back bend. And again, let our hands connect behind us. Funky grip this time. Heart high. Exhale. inhale, dive forward into your humble warrior. Woo-hoo. Let your, again, think about that spine getting long, like you're driving the shin of your left leg forward to drive that hip back. Okay, I'm gonna see about a little challenge today. See about keeping your hands bound, beginning to lengthen your left leg a little bit, and then we're gonna see about pivoting our toes on our left foot towards doggy beach and coming to a wide angle forward fold with the bind. Now, I don't want anybody to take a header, but look at you, y'all did it. Way to go. One more breath with your bind, and then let the bind go and let your arms just drizzle down to the ground. Perfect. Shake your head a little side to side. Let's find a twist here. So first connect with your feet, bend your knees a little bit, make sure your feet are pretty much parallel. Slide that left hand in front of you underneath your head. First, look down at your hand and square your hips off towards the ground. To do that, you need to use the strength of your legs. Okay, sweep your right hand towards me to start with. Think of your spine getting long. And then sweep your right hand high and follow that arm into your twist, looking towards the dunes. Drive a little more energy into that left leg. Let's thread the needle and exhale and round through our back body, reach to the horizon. Come back out with strong arms and legs, and come back down as you reach your hand back down to the ground. Kind of let your body hang for a moment, and then inhale to flat back, get your heart above your head. Exhale back down, and we'll go to the other side. Take your right hand underneath your head. Maybe bend your knees one time to get nice and strong. Keep looking down as you sweep your left hand towards me and traction your spine in two directions. Energize through that right foot as you open your hand and your chest open to the horizon into your twist now. Again, kind of think of your hips staying square. Round through the back of your body as you exhale, using all the energy you can to thread your needle, come back out of it. And as you exhale, reach towards me again and plant your hand back down. Perfect. All right, now pivot your heels in and your toes out. Bend your knees a bit and make your way through some side-to-side lunges, however you'd like to do that. Low, high, slow, fast, whatever works for you. Keep that belly nice and strong. Make sure your toes are not death gripping. You're using all the edges of your feet that you can. Nice. Everybody's doing their own version. I love it. And you might find that there's a place you want to linger. When you're ready, meet me lunging towards the horizon again. In that nice low lunge. And while we're all in the low lunge, bend your knee one time, rolling a little more to the balls of your feet, and then re-extend through your heel, just getting that nice length. When you're ready, we'll fly back to three-legged dog, so sliding your left foot high to the sky. Nice. And then rolling out that ankle, pointing, flexing your foot, doing whatever you like here. Take your knee into your belly one time, back to the sky, and lower your foot to the ground. Re-extend your right foot high. Point, flex, roll your ankle. As you exhale, knee to belly one time, and back to the sky. Release your foot to the earth. Look to your hands, bend your knees, and hop, step, or jump your feet forward back to a fold. Awareness is in the soles of your feet to start with. Maybe wiggle your toes, cradle your arms if you like, some side-to-side movement, adjusting your stance, reminding yourself that this is your practice, not mine. So just listen and follow your breath and what your body needs. This time let's roll up to standing, which doesn't mean it's easier. It's just different. So use the strength of your lower body, your belly, to around through the back of your body and let your shoulders slide up. Whenever you're ready, let your arms extend wide and picture kind of weights in your hands that we're lifting all the way up to the sky. Perfect. Find a wide angle back bend yet again. Inhale, lift. Palms meet, exhale, hands to heart. Let's hit that chair pose again. And as I've been doing, let's kind of slowly move into it. First, begin by just looking down the beach. So just your head is moving, and look in the other direction. And go a little slowly so you can notice how just moving your head shifts the awareness from side to side, each leg. Okay, now let's add our torso in. So our shoulders are opening, but our head is attached, so we're moving our whole torso while our legs stay rooted. So now let's all meet and twist towards the sunshine, towards the dell, and go as deeply into it as you would like. That might mean elbows to opposite side of knee or thigh. Think of your spine getting really long. You can open your hands if you want. You could do anything you feel like. Be nice to your toes. As you exhale, let's let our hands find our heart again, back to the center. We're gonna dive into a fold really carefully and gently and press our hips towards the sky. While we're down here, let's go ahead and add a little nest with our hands that we're gonna fold that nest into the base of our skull. Not pulling, but just holding. Almost like a little hug for our head. Make sure you have a bend in your knees here. Wiggle your toes. As you exhale, let those hands float down to the ground. Once again, we're gonna roll up to standing. Begin with your belly being really strong. Press the ground away slowly. Feel that rising energy all the way to your shoulders and ears. Let your hands unfold beside you. Lift those weights all the way up to the sky. Press your toes into the ground. Exhale, wide angle back bend. Inhale, lift. Palms meet. Exhale, hands slide to heart. And we come back to that chair. Once again, begin with your head. Let's all look towards the doggy beach first. And just feel your shoulders slide down your back body. Look towards the dell. Now let's move our chest in with our head and rotate in each direction at least one time just to feel that shift. And then meet me shifting towards doggy beach. Nestle into the version that works for you. Sometimes looking down is a great place to either begin or stay. Maybe hands open, maybe they don't. Don't force anything. Keep your breath moving. To come out of it, our palms come back together and meet our heart. Look to the horizon, and as you exhale with control, back to the forward fold. Let your head just shake a little side to side. Rock into toes and heels and side to side. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot stays rooted. Left foot steps back to your low lunge. Again, knee can kiss the ground or stay lifted. We're going to head right into a twist. Our left palm stays rooted. Our right hand rises and opens. Nice. Wherever you are, maybe there's a movement in your hand, in your hips, in your knee, in your heel. Think of your spine lengthening. Your belly is still strong. When you're ready to come out of it, let's take our palm back down to the earth. Lower your knee down if it's lifted. Flatten the top of your foot. Slide your hands back by your hips as you lift up. And then let's close the circle up top. As you exhale, find your wide angle back bend. Let those hands float down to the base of your spine. And then press that fist down as your heart reaches up. Ooh. All right, unwind the bind. We're gonna keep our right hand back there, grabbing onto our booty or thigh, and lift your left hand high. So left hand comes high, so the other hand, Harper, I think. So switch your hands out. There, yes. And then this hand, maybe slide your bicep a little closer to your ear and reach that palm back towards the navy base. Woo-hoo. All right, now let's reach our hand towards the horizon and kind of play with that forward, we're doing it a little backwards from the way we did before. Now slide both hands down to meet the ground. From here, curl your toes under. We're going to lift our knee away. In this low lunge, play with a little kind of lengthening maybe of that right leg a couple times. Just sort of playing with that. Back to your lunge. Stance for warrior one. You're going to lower the sole of your left foot down and then sweep up and find your warrior one. Perfect. Maybe find that wide angle back bend again. Float your hands down, funky grip this time. Bind those hands, drive that fist down, reach your heart high. With your exhale, we drive our heart forward into our humble warrior yet again. Linger here, feel your legs acting as a way to draw your tailbone back, meaning your spine, and then feel your hands are also driving your shoulders back, but you're pulling your heart and your head towards the horizon. Okay, we're gonna see about lengthening that left leg a little bit and angling our toes in, coming back to that wide angle forward fold on this side with our bind. Hang out here for a moment, shake your head a little side to side, and when you're ready, let those hands slide back down to meet the ground. Inhale to flat back, walk your hands out in front of you or on your thighs or legs. Exhale, forward fold. All right, from here, let's all do another twist. For our twist, walk your hands over to the left, but this is gonna be really personal how this feels. So you might like your hands to stay in front of your foot, you might walk them to the side of your foot, you might grab onto your leg or shin. For me, I think if you come back to the way that we do our side body stretch in our child's pose, so you're kind of gripping the earth with your fingertips and your feet, kind of pressing the earth away and kind of rounding your back body. So it's this kind of equal and opposite energy going on. But again, very personal, depending on what your body needs or wants. But let it be a little bit intense, meaning have some heat building here. Let's stay for one more breath in and out. Press the ground away with your feet, and as you exhale, slide back to the center. Linger in the center, maybe add a little side-to-side lunge here if you want. If you're doing that, you want to angle your toes out, as you know. And then meet me in the middle with feet parallel. Let's find a flat back again to get our heart above our head for at least a breath or two. Dive back down in, and we walk our hands now over to the left. And chances are, this side's gonna feel differently. So find where it feels good. Use this nice firm sand to press the ground away. Try to resist any tension that might creep into your neck or jaw. Soften your toes, meaning kind of wiggle your toes. Notice what your hips are doing. Imagine you have a tray on your sacrum on the back of your low back area that you're trying to keep even. Stay for one more long breath in. And at the bottom of your exhalation, soften, and we're gonna slide to our low lunge. So pivoting on your foot, rolling towards the horizon. Perfect, we're all here. Bend your knee on your extended leg one time and then re-extend that heel back, finding the strength and length. When you're ready, we'll find our three-legged dog as you peel your hips towards the sky and slide that right foot back into the sky. From here again, point, flex, roll, ankle, roll hip, do whatever you feel like. And with your exhale, knee to your belly, back to the sky. Release your foot to the earth. Hop, step, or jump your feet forward again. Soften into your forward fold. Cradle your arms, let your head dangle. Sway a little side to side. Make sure those knees have some buoyancy as well. As you inhale, roll up to standing. Shoulders draw towards your ears, back down and around. Arms extend out to the sides, take them high. Find any back bend you feel like, wide angle or otherwise. Hands lift, palms come together, hands come to heart. Go away, clouds. Open your feet wide. Wouldn't it be fun if I made you guys just run to where the sun was? Okay, everybody, run. We have to go over there. We'd have to go all the way over there. Arms extend wide. Let's do a quick beach ball back bend. Make sure your knees bend first, and then re-extend like you're a spring. Reach your heart high, shoulders are broad, strong through your legs, through your belly. As you inhale, come on out of that. We're gonna just do a counter hug, rounding through the back of your body, inhaling up. As you exhale, we're gonna pivot into triangle. So pivot your foot so it's heading towards the Hotel Del. Let's reach towards the Hotel Del. We're not going there yet. And then we're gonna reach back towards Doggy Beach. Perfect. Completely reverse that Trikonasana. Find length in both sides of your body. And as you inhale, open up and continue in, but keep as much energy as you can in that right side body, dropping into triangle when you're ready. And once your hand touches somewhere, let's shift our awareness up instead of down. And then do whatever the heck you want while you're here. Maybe you want to bend that knee a couple times. Maybe you want to, do a little rotating of your triangle like Harper was doing, or a swirl, or a bind. Anything you feel like. All right. So to come out of this, though, we're going to bend our knee, find extended side angle, reach our hand up high, and as you exhale, we're going to come down to the inside of our foot and find a little lizard lunge facing the Hotel Del. So roll to the ball of your foot, let your knee come down, uncurl your toes, and lower either to your forearms. Sorry, I'm making you be not on your sheet or towel there, Harper. Nice, everybody. And wherever you are here, maybe you want to wiggle that foot somewhere else. Maybe you want to roll to the outer edge of it. Maybe you want to lift your knee away from the ground or stay on your forearms. Wherever you are, just breathe. Notice where your body's talking to you. Inhale to flat back, exhale forward fold, reverse swan dive up to our wide angle stance, palms go high. Exhale into a wide angle back bend with our wide stance. Inhale, lift. All right, palms parallel to the ground, pivot on the heel of your right foot. Find those Trikonasana legs and hips. So your toes now on your right foot are headed towards Doggy Beach. Slide a little forward and slide a little back. And the next time we slide back, we'll reverse our triangle completely. Make sure your legs are strong and the stance is the one that feels right. Inhale, arms go parallel to the ground. Slide forward, keeping a lot of energy in this left side. And then open into your Trikonasana. And play with it. Maybe that knee needs to bend. Maybe your stance needs to shift. Maybe you want to open and close a little bit. Maybe you want to swirl and twist. But be careful. You never want to cause any harm. You want to have the strength of your stance to support you. Whenever you're ready, you can leave your hand up in the sky or tuck it behind you. We're going to find that extended side angle again. So bend your knee, let your forearm find your thigh. If you had that bind, go ahead and unwind the bind for at least a breath. And as you exhale, we'll take both hands down now to the inside of our foot and roll to the ball of our foot on our extended leg. for our lizard lunge. Knee can come down. You can heel toe your foot over to the side, finding the stance that works for you. That's right, I love it, all the noises. Maybe roll to the outer edge of your foot. Be really nice to that knee, just make sure. Typically, you'll hear you want to have the 90-degree angle with your knee. Now, that doesn't, if your body really is jonesing for a different angle, that's okay. You just want to be careful. To come out of this, just like we did before, first lift your knee away from the ground for a moment, and then we get to pivot and walk our hands into another wide angle forward fold. Another side to side lunge is welcome. Angle your toes a little bit out to the sides. Keeping your toes angled out and your heels in, you might shorten your stance because we're going to rise up into a horse pose now. Yay, we love that, don't we? So just a little kind of rock a little side to side. Notice what your hips and your knees are doing. Let's add our arms. We'll do a little shoulder yummy opener with eagle arms. So take your hands up high. Take your left arm underneath your right. Kind of move around and wiggle into that space that works. And then we're gonna look to the Hotel Del and go down and around the clock. And come all the way back up. And we're gonna go in the other direction now. Look towards Doggy Beach and go down and around the clock. Oh yeah. And once we come up, sit a little lower. Release and lengthen. Toes angle in, heels angle out. Don't release your bind, but soften it. And then we just dive in and let our elephant trunk kind of open the back of our body a little bit more. And not just the back of our body, our legs too, our hips. Release your hands when you're ready. Pivot your heels in again. Inhale to your horse pose. Wiggle around. Sweep your hands up high. Take your right arm underneath your left. Wiggle into that. And we'll begin facing Doggy Beach and go around the clock. Oh, yeah. And once we come to the top, we shift in the other direction and go around the clock again. Yay. Sit a little lower, press up to standing. Soften your grip. So I like to just sort of like let my fingers touch and dive into the fold with your heavy elephant trunk opening up the back of your body. Sway a little side to side. You could even add some little side to side lunges if that works. Release your hands as we roll or rise to standing, however you'd like. No rush. Once we come up, I know now we're getting cold again. Let's do a quick tree pose. Hands rise. Let's reach our fingers to the sky. Exhale, palms come down through heart center as we spread our roots. Root through your right foot, peel your left heel away, and wiggle in, finding your pathway into your tree today. No rush, no expectation, just sort of seeing how your roots are going to grow in our hard surface. Branches are welcome to rise. Beautiful. To come out of it today, let's see about sliding our knee in towards our chest and giving it a little hug. Like we're on the ground ahead before a twist. Now a standing figure 4 as our ankle touches our thigh, knee, and maybe you add a little seat, activating the sole of that right foot to make sure you're you're squaring off those hips using your belly and transferring the stretch to that hip. To come on out of it, just carefully rise, release your leg, plant it, throw your hands down and do our little kind of yummy, rolling, soft twist. Meet me in the middle for our breath. Sweep up, look at the sky. Exhale, let's find a wide angle back bend first. Oh yeah. Inhale, press back up as you root. Exhale, hands to heart as you shift your weight into your left foot and peel your right heel away and make your way in however you would like. Whoa. Rush at all, but when you're ready, begin to release that knee and draw it in towards your chest for that nice, yummy stretch. And then release that bind, cross your ankle over your opposite knee thigh for your standing figure four. Maybe delve a little deeper into that version of a pigeon pose. Feel that energy in your hip as you keep your sole of your left foot nice and active. Neck is long, shoulders are in your body, and when you're ready to let it go, just rise and unwind and plant your foot down again and let your hands drop and maybe twist again. All right. Okay, let's take advantage of the sun. Hands go high as we take another big breath in. As you exhale, let your hands slide down and follow them into a squat. So feet get as wide as they need to be to make your way into your malasana as deeply or as not deeply as you'd like. You can also be in a seat, whatever works. With this nice firm sand today, if you want to, let's play with a crow pose. Palms touch the earth. Peel your, make sure your knees and thighs are squeezing into your triceps. And as you shift your gaze forward, perhaps lift your feet away from the ground, maybe a lot, maybe a little, who knows. Nice, everybody. And then release it when you're ready. Take your time. Play there as long as you'd like. Once we come down to the ground, let's add a nice, very nice. Let's add a soft seated twist. I'm gonna ask you, let's do it a little differently. So, we're gonna do kind of like this pinwheel with our legs. So fold your right knee across and your left leg behind you. There you go. So it's kind of like a pinwheel. Or I meant to say the other side, but it's okay, Harper, whichever side you're doing. I said, here, yeah, we'll all do this side. Except, wait, you're fine. Okay, sorry. Sorry, everybody. Okay, so take your hands. We've done this one before, and rotate your chest so it's now facing doggy beach, and put your hands down. Now activate your feet so you're kind of anchored through your hips and your legs. And are you feeling a stretch already? Anybody? I know I am. If it's possible, you might come down a little further, but I don't want you to force anything. Here's where blocks would be helpful. Oh yeah. Activate your feet a little bit. This is kind of, well, obviously it's in your hips, and a twist. To come out of it very carefully, first use your hands. Keep your chest squared off towards Point Loma for another breath. And then walk your hands in front of you, and we'll do sort of a counter twist. taking your right hand to the outer edge of your knee or thigh and your other hand as far behind you as it'll go, like over to your other butt cheek. And then release that. Let both legs slide out in front of you. Shake them out a little bit. Wiggle your booty back. And we go to the other side. So fold your left knee across, your right foot behind. Wiggle into the sand. Make sure there's no strain on your knee. It's hard to sit up like this, isn't it? And then shift your chest open towards the dell. Drop your hands down for support. Kind of reconfigure your legs and hips. And then make your way in really carefully. Activate your feet a bit. And then find what you need. Maybe you need a full surrender here. Maybe you need a little energy. Your choice. Just notice. Coming back to your breath. And when you're ready to let it go, first walk your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift your chest away from the ground. Open up your heart and chest and face to the sunshine. And then walk your hands back in front of you and over to the other side, taking that left hand and wrapping your right hand. I like to wrap it as far back as it'll go, close to my butt or hips. Breathe, press the ground away with a little bit of effort, and then slide back to the center. Okay, open your legs. That felt good, yeah? Shake out your legs, wiggle your hips back. Let's find our Paschimottanasana. And remember, this is, feet can be wide, knees can be bent. Be really nice to the back of your body as you dive in, just as we do our standing forward fold. Just gravity is working on our body a little differently now. Again, it is your choice, your practice. So if being completely relaxed is what serves you here, do that. If maybe being relaxed and then adding a little resistance by flexing your feet or lifting your gaze a little bit feels good, do that. Just play with all kinds of things. I am not in your body. You are your own best yoga teacher and guide. As you reach the bottom of your exhalation, begin to look towards your toes and just use your hands to walk yourself back. Let's go ahead and use our hands to even slide our knees towards our chest as we're beginning to really let go of our body and the effort so much, and drop your head down for a nice hug. See about softening your shoulders. Let's linger here for a little longer today, just soaking up this nice rare gift of the sunshine. Of course, give yourself that delicious, real, authentic hug. The one that's like the ones that is the same as the ones you give people you love. And add an I love you, the all important I love you, maybe an extra one for the bank. And when you're ready, begin to open up and slide down to your back body. Once you've made your way there, fold your knees into your chest and add whatever organic movement allows the back of your body to spread out on the earth. You might flex your toes, point them. You might lift your feet to the sky. Whatever feels good, just sort of open up, wiggle. We're going to go right into our spinal twist. So first, just as we did standing, gather your right knee into your chest. Extend your left leg towards the ocean. Perhaps both feet begin with a little action, with a flex, and then soften your right toes as you hold that knee in a little more snug. As you exhale, release your right hand beside you and guide yourself into that final spinal twist. Shimmying your hips away from the midline, back towards the right to stack your hips vertically and give your spine some extra space. Now to the doing nothing other than observing your breath. Surrendering to gravity. End your breath with that breath. Ride a wave of it. Feel your breath move you just like a wave of the ocean, and slide back to the center. Re-extend this time, arms overhead, toes to the ocean, like you're being pulled in two different directions. Fold both knees into your chest to start with, and add a little organic movement again, whatever feels good. Now holding your left knee in, extend your right foot to the ocean. Flex both feet to start, and then relax your left foot. Hold that knee a little snugger in towards your armpit. Now navigating your way into your twist as you unfold your left arm beside you and make your way. Just observing your breath in our pre-Shavasana state. Lingering in the exhalations, in the letting go. Ride the wave of breath back to the center when you're ready. One final extension and stretch. Any little stretches you need to add in here, go for it. And finally, happy baby pose. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Do a little wiggling. Make your way into your happy baby or any inversion that serves you. Stay for one more community breath together, and let's take an extra sip at the top. And as you exhale, let go into your Shavasana. And as you sink down in, if there's something I can do to cover you up or wrap your legs in your towel or sheet or offer you an extra layer, don't be shy. Just let me know. Close off your eyes. Settle into the earth. Find your breath, your heartbeat. Recognize it as what it is, your life force, your chi, your prana, whatever you want to call it, and feel it move with its own rhythm and cadence this morning. Just like Mother Nature's rhythm, the ocean, the sunlight. Feel it rise up through the soles of your feet, up your legs, to your belly. Feel your ribs and lungs expand. Feel your heart rise. Feel your shoulders soften. Feel that sensation trickling down to your fingertips and palms of hands. As you inhale, feel the back of your body begin to expand, rising from the base of your spine up through your low back, your middle back, behind your heart, wrapping across your shoulder blades to throat. And there we've noticed the ebb and the flow throughout our practice. The welcoming in without attachment or judgment, and the letting go. And the state of peace and calm we've cultivated and arrived in. And it's here we can let go of anything we don't need anymore, whether we know it's here or not. As you exhale, release any negative thoughts, any worry, any stress, any fear or doubt. And as you inhale, be filled and reminded that you are full and whole and complete and enough. A source of peace and joy, of grace and kindness, of strength and compassion, but most of all of love for yourself and therefore for one another, and the reminder that you're perfect just as you are in every breath and in every moment.